To pop.
Pop what?
Popsicle.
My hands are high, my feet are low, and this is how I popsicle.
Un momento, por favor. What session are we up to?
19?
18, it says. 18. 19?
I have it down for 19. I mean, it's also
Well,
I may not have
I
counted,
must have
right?
never made a page for 18. We're gonna make it.
Yeah, 18 was last time.
Alright, I'm putting silver salves in the party sheet. If anybody wants them.
Dibs.
Temporary.
Dibs, I want it. Dibs.
Alright, hold on. How do I get there again? Oh, here it is.
I don't know.
Stash. Silver salve, silver salve. There's 2 in there. Also some Bravo's brew.
What the hell's Bravo's brew? You made that up.
Did not. Some elixir
I'm
of
just
life.
updating this to be all 3 sessions because mostly it's just been a lot of we've been doing some shopping and RP and a little bit of travel. We haven't gotten into the meat of this bit of the story yet, so
No meat.
I love
No
meat,
meat.
my meat.
So the Bravo's brew, silver salve.
What's that Bravo's brew?
silver salve,
One of these.
salvia.
I have elixir of life. I have soothing tonics.
Get your
Take what you
soothing
will.
tonics here. Speed your natural healing.
Wow. That's good.
I have several health potions, so Chris, if you want to take one of those elixir of lives, by all means.
Yeah, I grabbed one.
I actually will take the rest of them back because I think those are the only things that I can actually drink and not
Oh my god.
die from.
Yes,
Because they're not vitality healing things.
The silver salve, I guess.
Yeah, you can punch things now with your
That's right.
your
Got some
fiery
little
cocks
fan
or whatever the hell we called them.
Fiery cocks.
Firecocks. Suncocks.
Suncocks. Get them suncocks.
A town of shadow where darkness broods. The heroes pause to lick their wounds. The bones returned, a ritual performed. Lee practiced in the yard, looking quite forlorn. Corvus left to buy supplies, traveled all across town without disguise. He sought out a gift for a Vistani girl, and there gave Blinsky's toys a whirl. We have since left the town to the southwest. Is this the right picture? Come here. Come with me if you want to live. To the Vistani camp, just to the south of Valaki, which is where we find ourselves. The Vistani camp. There we go. There it is. So you see a grass-covered hill, just as a recap of what this looks like. There's a grass-covered hill with some houses built into the sides and a ring around it. Pulling you all over the place. It's pretty foggy down here, but you see that all of the buildings have really nicely elegant carved woodwork with decorative lanterns hanging from their sculpted eaves. And at the top of the hill, kind of encircling in a ring at the top, is a circle of barrel-shaped wagons that surround a large tent with a column of smoke pouring out through a hole at the top. You can smell wine and horses even from the bottom of the hill. The players wound. So many horses. There's so many horses. The players wound their way up the hill, and I believe you talked to a couple of the Dusk Elves. Oh, they were very dark and brooding. They told you about their leader, Casimir, who you have not met, but they did point out Casimir's tent was the southernmost one. Sorry, the hovel that was Casimir's is the southernmost one. Nope, easternmost one, because this map is all wrong. It's all wrong. It's that one.
North is that way.
Yep. North is that way.
To the north.
But you actually wound your way to the top of the hill, and there approached the tent at the top. I believe we had just entered the main tent. I can recap what the description is since it's been a couple weeks. So you entered into a scene. You heard some voices inside. Things were happening. Hi, Belle. So I'll reread this so you set the scene here. Probably the brandy is not going to help with my congestion. It's okay.
No,
it's
it
delicious.
will. It's an elixir of sorts.
As you duck inside the tent, you hear the sound of splintering wood and shattering ceramic. Blinking through a haze of smoke that fills the interior, you see 3 sputtering campfires burning low with embers. A total of 6 Vistani sit around the hearths, watching the source of the commotion with solemn and sympathetic looks. A shirtless young man kneels on the dead grass by the center of the tent, his eyes downcast and his face pale. Beside him, a broken wooden crate sits amidst a pile of broken pottery shards, several of which are still wobbling from the force of impact. A dozen feet from the kneeling youth stands an older, larger man wearing a studded leather armor and a thick, well-trimmed beard. His eyes are bloodshot. This guy.
Smoking the ganja.
Yeah, it's this guy. Shovelers. His eyes are bloodshot and his right hand is trembling. He appears to be leaning his weight against a makeshift wooden crutch for support. You see his lower right leg is wrapped in blood-stained bandages. You were supposed to keep her safe! The larger man bellows hoarsely. Should have done that in an Irish accent. These are Vistani, after all. How do you bellow in Irish? I've never tried bellowing in Irish.
Never tried.
That's because they don't bellow.
We'll workshop it. He whirls, his hand grabbing blindly as if for something else to throw. Sweat beads on his forehead, and he chokes back a sob of rage. My little girl, and now! He wavers unsteadily and stumbles, but in a blink, a third man, also clad in studded leather and wearing a fine-trimmed goatee, steps out from the shadow, catches the larger man before he falls. Dun, dun, dun. Dun? Easy, brother, the third man murmurs. You've lost a lot of blood. He glances up and catches sight of you, his brow tightening almost imperceptibly. And it would appear we have company. At this point, everyone in the tent looks towards you all. Does anyone do anything?
Abe, did Corvus like wrap the gift or just,
No,
Okay.
he didn't wrap the gift at all.
We're here for the birthday party?
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly pull out the doll, and I'm gonna go. We're looking for insert name here. Arabella. We've sent to give her tidings, and I look a little confused.
I feel like we need a kazoo.
I summon a guitar out of thin air.
Nice.
Summon instrument.
This one's pretty good. We'll go with this music. At the sound of that name, the wounded older man just gets a gigantic grimace on his face. My Arabelle, she's gone missing. Arabelle is the name of Madame Ava's granddaughter. Goddaughter? What did she call her?
Little Peanut.
Cannon. Little peanut.
She's been missing near a day now, thanks to this lout. And he lets out like a kick in the direction of the youth that's on the floor, who winces back.
I can't help but feel like we've interrupted something.
I believe it's called an ass whooping.
Always tactful, Corvus.
Easy, brother, easy. Sit down. The younger of the two, kind of pushes the larger guy backwards onto a barrel and sits him down with like hands on shoulders. And he turns back to you guys and says, "You have caught us at a little bit of a rough spot, so to speak. My name's Aragal. This is my brother Luvash. Arabelle? That's his girl."
I was supposed to be taking notes.
Come on, Dane. Well, we don't mean to pry, but where was she when she went missing?
As I was saying, this lout was supposed to be watching her. Playing in the nearby woods, while I was dealing with a dispute between some of the families in the camp. But he didn't take his job seriously, got drunk on wine instead! He shouts over Aragal's shoulder. And Alexei just like hasn't said a word this whole time, just sort of like winces down again. Actually, no, he would probably speak up at this point. He says, "It was Jan who did it. Jan, he gave me the wine, and whenever I woke up, it hit me harder than it ever does. And by the time I woke up, he was gone. And so was the girl."
This is a third person, not the younger brother, or is it the younger brother?
That was the young guy who was getting yelled at.
Oh, okay.
That's the first you've heard from him.
Okay.
Okay, so
Oh, he said that Jan, who is a new name you haven't heard. Jan.
okay, so
His name
large
you've heard.
the guy that's wounded. What's his name again?
Luvash.
Luvash.
So Luvash
Ergo.
was yelling at this Alexei, not at
Aragal.
Aragal.
Aragal seems to be maybe the younger brother who has a goatee.
Yeah. Okay. So he's not the subject of the subject of his verbal lacerations.
Jan's the wine guy.
Alexei says who Jan is the guy. Okay. Says it was Jan's fault.
I took some of the people out from the camp to look for Arabelle. As soon as Alexei brought me word she was gone. This is Luvash. More than a dozen of these folks, good and loyal, they came with me. And nearly that many Dusk Elves came as well. But my damn leg got caught in a wolf trap outside the camp, in the woods. I couldn't walk any further, so I had to come back. No one's found her yet. They're still out looking, though. One of the Dusk Elves did find Jan's body. Well, not his body. And he, nods towards Aragal, who just sort of like shrugs and takes the lid off of a crate and shows you that there is a decapitated head inside.
Oh shit. I mean, oh shit.
It was lying in the bloody grass near the Luna River, surrounded by signs of a fight.
That was all that was left of him?
Savid. Found a ring, a signet ring, lying in the grass beside the head. Must have been dropped in the struggle. I gave it to Casimir, the Dusk Elf. He knows about lots of things. But he doesn't know anything about this.
Did you find any other clues as to where the girl may have gone or been taken?
Oh, nothing. But I know that the sigil on the signet ring might be a lead that takes me to Arabelle's location. I've got a feeling about it. Casimir, he hasn't had any kind of luck. But the Baron himself is rumored to have an impressive library of books. Might hold the key to identifying the ring. I'm not allowed to go in, though. You said you were here looking for my girl?
Well, we are supposed to deliver a birthday present after all. It's our obligation to Madame Ava. But even if it wasn't for that, I would help you.
I can't get into the town. None of the Vistani or the Dusk Elves are allowed in the town. If you get the ring from Casimir, research the sigil in the library and find any kind of information, or better yet, get Arabelle herself, I'll give you a valuable reward.
What can you tell us about this Yan character?
Aragal, the goatee brother, steps in, says, puts a hand on Luvash's shoulder, who like relaxes back a little bit and winces at his leg. Aragal himself says, "Oh, Jan, he's a bit of a he's a bit of a piss about, if you know what I mean. Then again, many people in the camp are. Isn't that right, boys?" He gives a grin around, and there's like a mixture of like solemn nods and like grins from the people around. Caused a bit of a trouble with the rest of the camp time to time. Got into some fights now and then, but can't say it was any more than we normally have.
Did he ever meet with anybody outside the camp that you know of?
Oh, he's always dallying about. He's been making lots of trips towards town lately.
That son of a bitch.
Said he met some girl in the refugee camp, but never saw him walking that way myself. I always assumed he was trying to sneak into town for maybe a peek at one of the local girls. He grins towards Luvash and says, guess he hope it wasn't anyone worth losing their head over. Luvash just like groans.
All right, now that was good.
Silas actually,
Thank you.
let's ha out loud, and then just kind of stifles it.
There's a mixture of like amusement and kind of like anger from some of the other townsfolk
Sorry.
around here, the other camp members. Have some respect, brother. He was one of ours, even if he was causing some trouble, or at least caused some trouble surrounding Arabelle.
Do you happen to have any of the wine left? We do have someone who, a bit of an expert in.
Alexei, all eyes turn towards Alexei, and he immediately his eyes go wide. He's like, I left some of the. I drank it. I drank it all. There's probably a few drops. There's probably a few drops. How about I get that for you right now? And he stands up to go.
See that you do.
And Luvash is about to say something, and Aragol just sort of like gives him a knowing look and just like puts a hand on his shoulder. He'll be back. Don't you worry. And Alexei heads out.
Well, I think we could help find this girl.
This library you speak of, I know you said you're not allowed in town, but do you know whereabouts it may be?
Oh, of course I do. Aragol's a little bit lower than that. We'll take it down like. Oh, of course I do. Then they don't talk like this now, do they?
How come up to your
course
level?
Of course I do. He's part of the Burgermeister's mansion. Said he keeps a wide swath of books. You're gonna have to put up with his personality for an hour or two. Hope you don't mind.
So clammy.
But if you haven't been in town for very long, it's possible he may still be fine with you.
We haven't done anything to piss the Baron off, right?
No, I slimed him up real good. I mean,
Yeah,
I also
Part
went
of
through
his
town,
special
so
relationship with the Baron.
I was gonna say, Ro and I kind of had a row with his bodyguard with the funky arm, right?
Sure did. Ezek.
Ezek.
Heard lots of things about Ezek. Ezek
Still-
Strahd.
You can still get in there, right?
I mean,
Oh,
I'm
you're
willing
asking
to
me?
give it a try.
Just do a little schmoozing.
Should we take the head to ask him about the head? I'm just kidding. Silas kind of looks side to side.
Do you want to take that hit? Do you need it? For
Do you
experiments.
need it? What kind of strangers are you?
This human
Oh.
severed head. You don't see it every day.
I mean, just,
No, it's dumb. I'm sorry. Forget about it. The ring. take the ring.
I kinda-
That sounds more
I look at
appropriate.
Silas. Do you want me to give him some gold for the head and perhaps do some
No.
resorts?
We're planning
No.
on burying the head. He was one of ours, even if he wasn't arrogant pissant. Who got my niece lost?
I apologize if I'm blunt, but did his head seem to be chewed in any way?
Well, that's pretty blunt.
You know, he just motions towards the body.
Okay. Silas kind of pushes past Corvus, like a little too excitedly, and goes to look at the head.
Yeah.
As I get pushed out of the way, I'm gonna walk up to who's the main guy? Luvish?
Luvash is the
Luvash.
bear of a guy, and Aragal is the goatee guy.
I'm gonna walk over to Lavish and I'm gonna go. The name's Corvus Knox. We're a bit of. Well, we have our moments, but we've been known to fix some things from time to time. It's nice to make your acquaintance.
He, of course, now that you've gotten closer, dude's leg looks like wrecked.
I don't mean to
He
be
was
so
not joking.
forthright.
He's not
but
joking about the bear trap. Like, it is.
Your leg is plumb fucked up.
I'm not going to be winning any races these days, I suppose. I'm Luvash, as has been said.
Luvash, do you want us to take a look at it? Our fourth, who's a bit quiet this evening, she's quite good with medical things.
Yeah, I can do that, says Ro.
I mean, no one's forcing you to, Ro. You can just, it's fine. But that leg is fucked up.
He starts to take a look at it.
I'm gonna use my forensic acumen
Yes.
on
Sure.
the head.
Okay.
Kind of pick it up and look it over.
Sure.
So I'm gonna do a recall knowledge and medicine skill. See what I can figure out about what may have happened. If it looks like it was torn off, if it looked like it was bit off, looks like it was chewed on,
Sure.
bit out,
Ripped off, maybe? Just.
yeah, torn. You talking to God, Andy?
Yes. Read my notes. Okay. You guys are here. I changed it around so you're not
Oh,
there
that's
anymore.
right. Yeah, you got a thing up there. Okay.
I got a thing up there. Read my notes.
Dear God, tell me about the head.
Yes.
Oh, I got pork rinds. Fuck yeah. I'll be right back.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your medicine. Did you already roll your medicine?
Yeah, you rolled it.
Did it. Easy. Okay. Oh, he's gone.
I'm back with nuts.
Back. Pork rinds. Oh, I'm hungry.
Sorry.
All right, so what were you hoping to divine out of this?
So I want to figure out maybe what happened. If his head was torn violently from the body, if it was perhaps chewed off, sliced off cleanly.
So it was sliced.
Warpled.
Yeah. So you would guess it looks like it wasn't multiple small cuts.
Clean cut.
Yeah, it was cut, but it
Yikes.
was not like not in like just one big chop. It was multiple small cuts. That's what you get with an 18, I think.
Okay. So one chop, not multiple cuts, or multiple cuts, not one chop. Sorry,
Not one chop.
not one chop. Okay.
Not one chop. Small blade,
Hmm.
multiple cuts.
All right.
But no other injuries on the head that you can see.
Okay.
And Corvus had asked a question there, but this is probably about when Alexi comes back in with a clay jug. I found it. I found the wine. There are drops inside. I did. See, Luvash, I did it. Luvash just waves dismissively and glares at Alexi. But Alexi will sheepishly bring the bottle towards you guys.
I'll take the bottle, and I'll just kind of get out my alchemy kit, spread it out on the floor. I set the head back in the box and kind of pat it and move it to the side.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna use the same thing. I'm gonna forensic acumen, but this time I'm going to use. I'm still gonna use medicine check, but then I'm gonna follow it up with a crafting check
Uh-huh.
if it goes well. We shall see. How's that?
All right. Judging by the amount of wine, no, the volume of this. Hi, Parker.
1 second.
Hey, what were you talking with Luvash about?
I think I was just introducing ourselves as who we are.
Buttering
Yep.
him up.
And then I was talking to him about the library and where it's located.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Okay. Dane, with just your medicine check, you would know that if one person drank this amount of alcohol, they would be hard pressed to stay awake, no matter what, even without any kind of drugs in it. You would know that without even testing for drugs.
I'll look up at Alex and say, he drank all of this?
He drank. No, I drank all. Oh. It's a bit more than I normally do, yeah, but he said he was fine with me having it all. Normally he shares with me a bit, but he said have a go at it. And then he said have another go at it. And so I had some goes at it.
I pick up and turn to Lee, and I say, I don't think it's drugged. I think you just drank a lot. Yes, Grant. Yes, my son. What's that?
I was about to eat
Oh, and he would say, I think you asked him about the ring. He says, Luvash,
Okay, I will come deal with it.
Ergol actually probably would say, we don't have the ring right now. We left it with Casimir. He hasn't returned it yet.
Well, we should probably go visit Casimir.
Yeah.
He's the wisest in the camp, and certainly the most longest lived, being an elf and all. But
I'll be right back. I gotta handle something.
Handle it.
Did you steal my nuts?
give him the
And
people's
then take
elbow.
the nuts into the room, and then have your brother come tell on you for stealing my nuts?
Steal those nuts.
This bag of nuts that are right here. Did you steal my nuts when I wasn't looking? It was quite skillful if you did, because I thought I was looking the whole time. Oh my goodness. I'll be back, guys.
It's amazing. You stole my nuts. Well, it seems that Lee is eager, and I know myself, and if I know Roe any, we'd quite gladly look for some ties to try to find your little one. So perhaps going to Casimir is our best next
Yeah,
step.
I suppose we should speak to him next.
All right.
I guess kind of on the way out, though, Lee will grab Alexi by the shoulder and just kind of like, not like squeezing him, but like just he has a firm grip on his shoulder. And he says, "You heard what our alchemist said, right? That wasn't poisoned."
I, I mean, it's maybe he's wrong.
I don't think so. You should maybe reconsider your life choices.
Would you like to make us some kind of a roll alongside that?
Uh,
You trying to be persuasive or
Do it.
I guess
intimidating?
maybe a little intimidation. Sure, yeah.
Okay. All right.
What
Nice.
happened?
You're an expert.
Damn.
Expert.
Expert intimidator. Yeah, Alexi, just like he kind of leans down under the squeeze on his shoulder a little bit. He goes, "Oh, right. I've been meaning to do just that. I'm going to do that right now, just as soon as you let go. I'm going to do that. Reconsider everything."
Scared straight.
That's right. He is successfully coerced. Which means that temporarily he is going to act as if he is one step up on the friendliness chain with you until the intimidation wears off.
And he's gonna just go right back to
Maybe.
same old.
Maybe. All right. Alexi is successfully coerced to turn his life around. All right. Sounds like the team is heading out. Was there anything you wanted to do before leaving the tent? Silas.
Nothing from me. You're muted.
And out of focus.
I'm going a bit fuzzy.
It's the line.
Alexi, no!
Alexi.
Okay. I think we're good.
All right. Sounds like heading down to visit the Dusk Elves. All right.
We'll go see Castamere.
Yep.
In building A,
On the east side.
east side.
Yes. Yes. So the east side house, as you're approaching it, it's a little awkward because you're kind of like walking down the hill. There's not really. There are some like footpaths, but no like actual crafted paths here. But there are some essentially like trails that people have been walking on. But as you approach towards the front end of the house, you notice that there is a grim, gray cloaked figure standing in front of the door. Who sort of the hood, like as you all are approaching, you see the person's facing away from you, but their head like their body straightens a bit as they hear you approaching, and they tilt their head to look back towards you.
I kind of nudge Lee and say, "You should ask who that is."
Lee will walk up to him and say, Casimir, and extend his hand.
The figure shakes their head. At this point, you notice that they are an elf with very pale gray skin. In fact, they look very similar to the appearance of Rahadin, the steward of Strahd. Very like similar complexion and hair color, like dark hair with like a grayish pallor to their skin. This figure just shakes their head and says, "I am Savid. Casimir is inside."
Can we speak to him?
"What is your business with our leader?"
He has a signet ring from the Vistani that was found near one of their missing. We're here to investigate the ring and the missing child.
"It is a noble cause you pursue."
Thank you.
The guard steps to the side a little bit, and as you're about to walk past him, he puts up one hand and says, "You must know, Casimir has just returned from a long and arduous journey. You must not disturb him beyond what is reasonably necessary for your task." Dark eyes bore into you.
Okay.
Lee kind of nudges Corvus, who seems indisposed at the moment.
I see Sadie hands.
I'm sure Corvus won't delay him any.
Can't tell whether she's like picking up seeds from the ground or playing piano. I think she's playing piano.
I think she's gesticulating.
Yeah. All right. So you guys head into the
Yep.
the hovel. Got it.
Building.
What
are these like wooden structures or what is it?
Yeah. So these are built structures, and they're kind of like built halfway into the sides of the hill.
Okay.
So the roof of them is actually like level with the top edge of the hill.
Okay.
So the roof kind of just like comes straight out of the hill, and then you're entering in the front at the bottom, like the downhill side of it.
Arduous journey.
What very simple. It's like it's like a 20 by 30 foot house. As you go in, there's a small like antechamber that you enter into. Let me tell you about it.
Yeah.
You enter into a small, cozy vestibule, several degrees warmer than the chill mists outside. The walls of this small chamber are decorated with hanging sketches and portraits of proud and wise-looking elves with dark skin, tree-born spires, carved of dark wood, and artistic depictions of constellations and celestial bodies. 2 curtains of dark brown fabric obscure the entrance to another chamber beyond.
I guess can't really knock on curtains.
Sure you can. And Leo like flat open palm and kind of like stack the curtain a little.
Sure.
Well, you proved me wrong, Lee.
A withered voice speaks from behind the curtain. "You may enter."
Silas looks real nervous.
Lee kind of like sweeps open the curtain and gestures towards Silas and Corvus.
Corvus walks in.
I'll kind of shrink behind Corvus and walk in too.
Is this Casimir's place?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
He's been on a long, arduous journey, and we're not supposed to keep him long.
All right.
Just
I'm
so you know.
The guard might have words with us.
That's right.
That's right.
We take it too much of his time.
Savid.
Savid.
An old green rug sits facing a fire. A fireplace at the far end, just beside an old wooden table flanked by several chairs. The left side bears a dozen cubby holes with leather-bound books and small wooden statuettes of elven figures. And the wall to the right bears a faded tapestry of a lush and beautiful forest. And there he is. There he is. Casimir.
Hey, what?
Why are you holding that dagger like that?
Why is the dagger glowing green?
Casimir.
Not even close to having spelling it. This is good.
Nope. Same here.
What tidings bring four strangers to my abode?
I'll take off my hat. Good evening, Casimir. My name is Corvus, and well, we've learned that a young lady's gone missing, and you have a signet ring that might help point us in the right direction, and we'd love to take a look at it.
But of course, I am here only to help. And if you also are here to help, well then, you have my help. The figure reaches, he reaches into his robes and pulls out this platinum ring.
Oh,
I think it's a platinum ring, and he holds it out towards you, Corvus. He's not going to give up make you prove anything about it. But taking you at your word, he holds out his right hand toward you, and you see that his right hand and forearm are a pale bluish white, with much of the skin puffy and blistered. He holds out the ring towards you. It's shaking a little bit.
I reach out and grab it.
Sure. I could not identify it myself. I find that fact alone odd, given my knowledge of pre-Barovian heraldry and the long history of my kin in this valley. Longer, of course, than any of yours. No offense.
Brag much?
None taken. We've been here about a week. It is a bit.
I have. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it is a bit odd though. Looking about the cabin. Someone as well learned as yourself is unfamiliar with this ring.
What happened to your arm?
Just say that.
Silas.
Silas does just say that.
I recently have been hiking across Mount Gacchus. I fell from a frozen bluff into the snow, crumbling beneath my weight. Just a bit of frostbite needs to be tended to.
It's not that cool, but you really made it sound cool.
I mean, I thought it was pretty badass.
I fell off a fucking mount.
Is that better?
I like this guy.
Yeah, that was Mount Gacchus.
Gacchus.
Mount Gacchus. Recently
I
Learned from
agree. It is rather odd that with my vast knowledge of history, I should know nothing about this ring. Though I must admit my library has been diminished. Is diminished. He glances towards his wall. It is possible that the Baron himself may have some knowledge of this heraldry inside his library, but I am not welcome there myself.
Well, normally I'd consider that a good thing. That is an awful place, but in this situation, perhaps we can make ourselves in. I want to look at this ring.
Sure.
you just kind of trail off.
Is it just trailing off? I'm like,
in.
platinum, you say?
Is it a handout? I think it's a handout. It is a handout.
Yeah, let's see that signet.
I mean, so this.
Show me that
I mean,
signet.
it's clear that this Dusk Elf is quite old, though, right? Like he's an old ass elf.
Old ass
Pretty sure that's
elf.
what you call it. Look at that.
Look at that.
Are those divots like holes?
Indent.
Like maybe you could put that key in something and turn it?
Or like the gems. You put gems in there. You put gems in there. Got gems. Put in there.
Did you ask that out loud?
Actually, you know, Corvus would immediately kind of like, as he trails off and starts looking at it, he goes, "It's like there's something missing, or perhaps part of an intricate lock."
That is a keen observation you've made. The runes visible, the two that are visible that I recognize, are the symbols of evocation and necromancy. Schools of magic known to practitioners of the arcane arts, of which I am one.
I love this guy so much. I am what you call a magic wielder.
You're not going to ask me to show you a trick?
Yeah, pull a rabbit out of your ass. Just kidding.
A dead one.
Didn't we find like wasn't there like some like ring of stones or something that had some runes on it somewhere? Like way long ago.
Oh shit, let me check my notes.
Look up my notes.
I rolled really shitty, so that's
Shit, do I
all.
have to check my notes?
That's all we. Gatehouse was right before the fucking old woman with her meat pies.
Was that it? Yeah.
Oh, you swore you were never going back there.
I won't, maybe.
You swore, guys.
It was a raven over a 3-point star carved into a rock or slab. Cracked stone circle. And the raven posed on top, but I didn't roll good enough.
Okay.
Didn't roll
Really
well
sound
enough.
like it matches.
Superman rolls good.
I do. Is there any other writing on like the inside of the band or anything like that, like an engraving, like "To my beloved"?
Give me a secret perception check.
Fuck yeah. I know how to do this now. I will say if I don't roll a 15, I'm gonna re-roll it.
Oh.
Performance. Where the fuck is? Oh my god, here it is.
It's been a minute. It's been a while.
It wasn't after
You
fail.
did not roll higher than a 15. Wait, 15 on the die?
15 on the die or 15
Yeah, I
on
was
roll?
choosing a 15 on the die.
Okay. You can re-roll it. Spend your hero point.
Spent.
This time he did it.
Okay.
Huh?
I feel like I got natural
Who
19.
You look over the ring give it a thorough search and see nothing else of note.
Well, other than it. Oh, and does it seem like it's a platinum ring or like at least a precious metal?
Platinum.
Yeah, it's platinum.
Okay. Platinum.
Put it on.
I mean, I really do want to.
Put it
It's probably worth a decent amount of money. Like platinum ain't cheap.
It's quite curious.
Though it
Other
is
than
simple.
the fact it is a relatively simple construction and a precious metal to boot, these
Precious.
markings seem to be its most interesting design element. I don't mean to presume anything, but are you an individual who could detect magical essences on objects?
Ooh, I can. Oh, wait, no, I can't do that. I keep thinking I can't do that. I can't do that. It's not one of the things I can do.
He slowly turns to face you and look you right in the eye, Corvus. And he said,
So fucking dramatic.
"You may presume,
Would you-
and I can."
I would be much obliged if you could tell me if this is a magical ring.
It is already done.
It is done.
I'm mighty impressed. Is it magical?
It is not
Interesting.
magical.
I immediately slip it on a finger.
No.
It strikes me
It's
as
cursed!
similar in design to signet rings. As you mentioned, it is crafted more for function rather than for beauty.
I really do put it on.
You do?
Nothing
Okay.
happens. I
What
immediately
finger?
try to take it off.
What finger?
I put it on my ring finger.
Of which hand?
My left.
Okay.
This little finger on my right.
What hand do you usually play your musical instrument with?
Oh no! He's right-handed, so it'd be his right hand.
Okay, just checking. So like your ring finger.
Yeah. And I immediately try to take it off. I want to see if anything bad happens.
Up top. Um,
Do I feel
it's
different?
probably like a little loose on you.
Okay. A little loose.
A little loose. Maybe if, yeah, a little loose. It's not like terribly loose, but doesn't like do any kind of fancy like magical ring stuff.
No metal spikes digging into your finger.
If you get to a metalsmith, you could probably get a refit for your finger if you want.
Interesting.
Do you want some wine?
Kind of.
Um,
You were
I
told you
I
shouldn't
wanna-
take too much
I
of
want to
your
have what
time.
he's having.
The arduous journey.
I mean, yes, I would.
The followers of the Dusk Elves treat me as if I am weak. Sometimes. Do you believe me to be weak? He stares at you.
No.
I mean, I feel like the question is, do you presume that I am weak? And I stare back.
What's happening?
I will ponder this question. He turns to a cabinet and pulls out a few like pretty nicely carved silver cups. Pulls out a few, and he has a bottle of wine, which is from Wizard of Wines. And he pours you some wine. This was not made by my people. However, no wine is made by my people
Well, that's
anymore.
curious. Anymore? Have you,
Would you like to know more about my people?
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
Silas will take a
Yes,
glass of the wine
Sure.
and find a seat, I guess.
Since you are so interested in my people, allow me to regale you with a thrilling tale of my people.
The guitar that I had
Sav-
summoned earlier just
Savid's
starts
gonna
to
be
play
so mad.
a little tune.
Sure. Roll a performance check.
Oh yeah, that's what I was built for. It's a visual persona. I'm gonna do a little humming in the background so I can add my singing roll to it.
Nice.
A little humming.
Um, the elf stares at you for like a good like 8 measures,
This is my favorite character ever.
and then you just see his head just start like bob to the music, and his long dark hair starts to do like just a little bit of like the head bang motion, yeah. And then he starts to tell a story in time to the beat.
Yes.
Even now, nearly 5 centuries past, the memories are sharp and clear in my mind, like shards of broken glass. I was a mere century old when my people lost their freedom, when the tyranny of the von Zarovich clan rose like a shadow across the land. It was not Strahd who shattered this peace, but his father, King Berov von Zarovich II. In those days, our people dwelled in Othrondil, the Forest of Twilight. A council of princes ruled us, led by Erevan Lowenheart, my uncle and master in the art of blade song. When King Berov's eyes fell upon our lands, he demanded our fealty, our tribute to the borders of old Zorovia, the kingdom his ancestors once ruled. Erevan, who practiced the style of the lion and bore the lion's sigil, was never one to bow, however, and refused. His act of defiance ignited the fires of war. Berov's conquest was swift and brutal. His forces, joined by Rahadin, my cousin, a traitor to our people, laid waste to our kingdom. I was a mage and scribe in Erevan's court. I saw Rahadin shatter Erevan's blade and execute his family, marking the end of the royal line. My people were subjugated. Those that resisted were hunted like rabbits. Berov ruled with an iron fist, and when he died and his son, Strahd, came to power, we rose in rebellion, leading the charge for freedom. But Strahd was even more cunning and cruel than his father. He quashed our revolt in a matter of days, slaughtered our people in a genocide that left less than 100 alive. He left us, the survivors, to the mercies of the Vistani, who took us into their caravans and led us to sanctuary here. His hunger for conquest, however, was endless. Within a year, the last of his enemies had fallen, and he had claimed the valley for his own, naming it Borovia for his father. We found ourselves trapped, imprisoned in the heart of our conqueror's new empire. By then, however, we had built a home here, and we chose to remain, hoping in our heart of hearts that the Vistani's kindness would keep us safe. And so here we remain, unless I am traveling abroad, and that I am not here. But I always have returned here, our new home. He sips at his wine and stares off into the distance.
Was Strahd's conquest of your people before or after his transformation?
He has always been a monster, but a monster of the night, transformed. No, he did not need those powers to defeat us, and yet he has them now. Even before, he was an undead tyrant. He was a human tyrant, and a master of warfare and tactics. No, something happened to him after his conquest. Something changed him.
So if I caught this right, this guy's cousin helped betray the elves. Did
Yep.
I catch that right?
And you met him,
Oh,
Rahadin. He was the steward at the castle.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
The badass who had he drove the carriage and warned you guys to follow the rules.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay.
What was his name again?
Rahadin. He is, I believe, under Strahd's retinue under people in the notebook.
Okay.
Is there anything else you wish to know? I have much knowledge of this land and its peoples. And you all seem pretty awesome.
Thanks, dude.
Okay, so this is me outside. I'm up in the clouds. So
Catch me outside.
we pulled, or during our dream, we found the knowledge, the 9 of glyphs, which is called the Traitor, and it sees the ancient of an old and noble house. The wandering soul will lead you to him. Just saying that this might be that dude he was just talking about.
Who's the wandering soul?
Well, I think Rahadin might be the one. I mean, might not. I don't know. I'm trying to piece together some shit.
Traitor.
As I back into my body. So when you travel abroad, how do you escape these lands?
I have not left these lands in many centuries, not since we were cut off from the rest. No. I traveled the lands I am allowed to travel, and no more.
And he leaves you alone otherwise?
He has. Though, since our rebellion, I have done little to provoke him.
What is the
fuck.
aim of your travels?
My pizza rolls.
Did you spill your drink too?
No, I knocked my picture off the wall.
Is it just a picture of you giving pointer fingers back at you?
Yeah, it's a picture of me, and it's labeled "Don't knock this picture off the wall."
Yeah.
And it's me looking very judgy.
Well, beside my computer is the gift that my, at the time, 15-year-old gave me for Father's Day that said, "Happy Father's Day, you literal motherfucker." And it's just pictures of me. And I was like, thanks, Liam. Thanks. So that hangs beside my desk.
Dane, on the back of the picture, does it just say, "You did it, didn't you?"
Yep, totally does.
Sure does.
You did it, you son of a bitch.
You did it. Would you guys like to do anything else with Casimir while you're here?
Well, I agree with Lee. Like, why do you travel
yeah.
if you can't
I was
escape
asking,
these lands?
Why? Where does he? What's the goal of his travels?
Lately, I have been searching for something of personal significance.
That's it? That's all? Alright.
Personal
Personal.
significance.
Personal, did you understand?
Since we are going to be heading to town and trying to get access to this library, is there anything you need while we're there?
He considers you all for a several moments. Do you store like fruit by the foot behind your your wall picture?
It's a secret wall safe.
It's my comfort snack when
Sure.
bad things happen.
I get it. I require nothing of you for the moment. The girl needs help. Her priority is my priority.
Well, thank you.
No. Thank you.
Okay.
But really, no, thank you.
No. Thank you.
We should probably get out of here before Savid gets really
No,
pissed at us.
Silas. Thank you.
Okay. I'm
All right.
leaving now.
Over your shoulder, Corvus, a voice says, "You should go." And Savid's standing right there.
I told you. I told you.
Well, thank you, Savid Che.
I told you he had an arduous journey.
He fell down a mountain, is what he told us.
He fell down a fucking mountain.
I wrote it here in my notes.
Am I still holding the ring? Did he take it back?
No, man.
You got the ring.
That ring?
The ring is yours.
What does a 700-year-old elf need with a platinum ring?
I'm gonna give him something.
Give him something.
Give him some money. You don't need it.
Casimir, if I may, I have
You
been
may.
holding on to this for quite some time, and I feel like, what is an individual such as yourself, who has been alive for centuries, in need?
I
Mostly
feel like
nothing.
you're about to give me some bullshit.
But I'm gonna hand him. I'm gonna hand him something.
Some bullshit.
Okay.
And I put out my hand. It does not tremble, and it's not covered in weird things. But I hold out my hand, waiting for him to take it.
Yep. Yeah, I'll take it.
So I drop into his hand a little dog statuette. His name is Vizzy. Vizier to his friends. I don't want to get him killed, and I feel like, well, he'd do pretty good with you.
Giving away your doggy?
I am.
There is
I like
magic
this dude.
in this item. Oh, magic. It smells of wet fur.
Pee pee and doo doo.
You noticed that,
I
didn't you?
accept this gift with gratitude.
See, I knew you would. Just give him a scratch here, there, you know.
I will do so in your name,
That's awkward,
Corvus.
but and just make sure you get the full name. Corvus Knox.
Knox.
I just picture him scratching this ghost dog. This is for Corvus Knox. 2 scritches behind the ear,
Not 3.
not 3.
That dude can shred.
Corvus can die happy now.
All right,
Oh
let's
my
get out of here
God.
before Savid murders us.
Alright, I've given up my Vizzy.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Savid will take you out.
You're
He.
dead.
Dead.
You're dead. You're just taken out. One more note here. Let me see. No. Savid, as he's taking you out of the camp, says, I found the head far from the place she disappeared. But it is clearly Jan's head.
There weren't any other signs. It seems his head was cut very purposefully with a small blade.
There was no body. Mm.
Is that a floof?
Yeah, he apparently really likes pork rinds. Every time I pull them out, he just fucking finds
Who
them in the
doesn't?
house.
Who doesn't?
They're keto friendly.
Oh. I totally messed this up. It wasn't a head that he found. He found a damn body that was
Oh
decapitated.
my god.
Oh, this changes everything.
I don't
It
think it
does.
does. Does it? So with your
No,
guys'
His
it's
kappa
not a head.
was detained from his body.
Yeah. So there was a body with no head that looks like it had been stabbed several times and killed before it was decapitated.
Yikes.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep.
I just put, turns out it was not a head, but a
Not
body.
actually a head. Not actually a head. Found the body.
Silas, opens up the container and he's like, "That's no head.
That's no
That's a
head.
body."
That's a full ass body in this container.
No head. Yeah, that changes it. That would change things.
He's Vistani.
So I totally found the body in the ring at the same place at the signs of struggle where the fight happened. Presumably the fight that killed Jan.
Hey Silas, did you notice any defensive wounds on the body, like he was fighting, or he's dead?
I don't know, Andy. Did I?
Not with an 18.
Not with an 18, I didn't.
I feel like you should look with your eyes open next time.
Well,
That's right. Oh, is there an item for this ring, or can I just add it to my inventory?
You can just add it. I made it a handout, I think, instead of an item.
Signet ring.
That rang.
Signet ring. Platinum.
All right. So, I guess the question is, you have Savid with you right now. Who knows where the body was found if you wanted to look into that, or you can pursue the library.
Whatever we do, let me know, because I will pursue it as my lead.
What question are you asking for your lead?
Who? Why? What?
That's
Do we
3.
want to investigate the crime scene, or do we want to investigate the signet ring?
What's this dude's name? I didn't write it down. I'm a jerk.
Savid.
Savid.
Savid,
Jan.
how far away is this location that you found the body that clearly is not a head?
It's near the Luna River.
Is that
Let me look at my map real quick.
far? Could you
It's-
GPS?
Oh, you're just gonna pull it out right now? Oh, okay.
Just whip out
I'm
that
not
map.
good without maps.
I'm not good without maps.
These are my favorite people ever.
Is that Luna River Crossroads?
Like, I want to hear Kazume and Quinzuman, like, in a conversation together.
You would.
Who's a good?
Along the road from here. Along the Luna River. Not far from the Luna River Crossroads.
Like a day's journey, a week, an hour.
Hours.
Well, boys and lady, what do we do? I mean, Jan was kind of a dick, is what I got the gist of. So, do we really care what happened to him,
There's also
or is it more important to? Go ahead.
There's a whole team of the Vistani as well as the
That's right.
elves tracking, so they should be able
That's true.
to find his head if it is around. Perhaps we should pursue the library.
And the significance of the signet ring. That's my question, Andy. What is the significance of the signet ring?
So it is the case of the...
Signet ring.
All right. Savid says, I mean no offense, but we are incredible trackers. And you seem like novices.
Aww.
You can tell that just by looking at us.
I mean, I can tell.
Yes.
Yes, I can.
All right, so back to town?
Yep.
Cool. You head back into Valaki.
If I was a character, I'd be like, if you're such a good tracker, then what's this? Put my finger on his chest.
He looks down at your finger.
Ah! Critical hit.
Use mountain stance. Gets all kung fu hustle up in here. All right. So, You guys would be traveling back into town by the Southish Road. Oh, we're paused. By the Southish. What? Did I not ping? Oh, that's because I have the wrong thing selected. There it is. By the Southish Road. Oh look, there's even a thing for the Vistani camp over here. I didn't realize that. I made a thing.
Well,
With the
son of a
hill
bitch.
and everything.
Made the thing. Yeah, so you guys would be actually entering into town pretty close to. I'll even move Corvus. There's Corvus.
Whee! Look at me go!
Near to where the Burgomaster Mansion is. By the time you're getting back, so you left in the morning. You're probably getting back. I would say a little after afternoon. Burgomaster's Mansion. I think I have a thing.
Oh,
Yeah, totally have a
Burgermeister
thing.
Meisterburger.
Oh. Yeah, he would have his own map.
That dick.
That son of a bitch. I mean,
Can you,
we're just gonna murder him, right? And then look at his library.
Gridless. There we go.
Burgermeister
He's not that important, right?
Mansion.
Burgermeister. Meisterburger.
Mr.
Okay. So yeah, this mansion has like walls of plastered stone that's showing a lot of wear and tear and cracks in the plaster, just from age and neglect. Definitely paints a different picture than the other Burgermaster mansion you saw in Barovia, Irina and Kolyan's. I'm sorry, Irina and Ismark's house, which was probably a similar age to this one, but was much better kept. But also had lots of signs of battle damage. See there are drapes covering every window, including large window, arched window over the double doors. Yeah.
This place is a dump.
Yeah. Guys, like what?
What?
I look over at Lee and I go, "All will be well, my ass, right?"
Yeah, the guards will let you in now that you guys have been in the town a couple times now, but they do all give you a "all will be well, all will be well."
I asked you a question, Lee.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, right.
You want me to check your ass? Make sure it's still well.
All right.
All right.
Curiosity, Silas.
Yes.
Do you look like you're a walking zombie in clothes, or are you like well dressed?
Well, let me see what I have in my inventory. Currently, I am wearing. Where is it? Clothing, ordinary. I have a fancy scarf though. It's a colorful scarf. So I have kind of just regular normal clothes, but a colorful scarf. And as far as looking like a corpse, his eyes are sunken and he looks gaunt and pale, but not particularly corpse-like per se.
Silas, would you say your favorite color is red?
Well, I think that's.
I touch his shirt and I immediately cast Restyle and I make it a fancy-looking red. It's permanently red now.
Red's okay. He looks down.
Well, I hope so. I mean, his anus seemed to be wearing the color red last time we met. So, who knows? Might come in handy.
Sure, Corvus.
I cast a spell on that. I hope you like it. And I make like,
you.
it's not gold because I can't actually change the value of it, but it's like yellowish fabric around the collar for like
that's
a
nice.
golden
It's fancy.
style with like inlays and
All
all
right.
the little like, I picture it as like a red paisley. All the paisley is like stitched well. I really tried.
Is it like a low-cut V-neck
Oh yeah,
shirt?
yeah. Little
Yeah,
tufts
it's
of
good.
hair sticking out.
I was gonna say, yeah, Silas, you have chest hair?
Nah, not at all.
There's just one.
Just one. Beep. Yep. He kind of looks excited for a second and goes, ooh, I know. And he reaches into his backpack and he puts on a carnelian eye patch that he found from the manor. It's got a little reddish or just red jewel in the middle of it. How's this look?
Oh, quite styling actually. Annie, I'm gonna slip the ring on, but I'm gonna turn it so the signet is on the inside of my hand.
Okay. Sounds good.
Perhaps we should knock? I never know how to knock. Is it more of a pounding, kind of like a let me in, or more like a rapid tap tap?
You know who's really good at knocking? Lee. I kid you not, this guy can knock on anything.
Well, I'd like to see that.
Even curtains.
The door opens and Irina walks out.
Excuse me? Are those
Wait,
spiders
she walked
inside?
out of the Burgermeister's house?
Yep.
Scandal. What's going on here?
What the fuck?
She is giving a smile to someone inside the house who looks like a maid of some kind, and she says, "Thank you so much for having me. It was my honor to be heard by the Baron, and I hope that he will consider my request." And she gives a smile and sort of turns away, and then looks in surprise at you guys. Oh, hello.
Well, hello there. Fancy meeting you here.
Yes. She's sort of half standing in the doorway, and the maid's like holding the door, getting ready to close it. What brings you to the Burgermeister's mansion? Or Baron Valakovich's manor. There's so many things to call it.
Well, I heard that he has such an extensive library that all must be well if you come to visit.
Indeed. She turns around and says, "Claudia, I hope it is no trouble, but I have esteemed companions who have come asking for, what would they say? Come asking for some hospitality from the Baron. All will be well," she says with a smile. And the maid says, "Yes, of course, miss. Right this way, everyone. I'll come on in, and I'll get you set up in the den, and I'll let the Baron know that you're back." So I don't have a figure for Claudia, but
It's because she's undead.
well, because I didn't make it. But she would show you guys in.
Yeah.
So, inside here, you see framed portraits adorning the walls of the grand foyer, featuring a wide staircase with a sculpted railing.
Aw.
You paused that specifically for you, Abe.
Son of a bitch. I was running so much.
Where's Lee? Lee here?
I'm
No,
in
you
there,
paused it. He's gone.
He didn't make it in before he paused it. Oh, okay, there he goes.
Yeah, there's a long carpeted hall attaching the foyer, almost the length of the mansion, with several doors. There are bundles of twigs lying all over the floors here.
What the hell?
Wait, just like bundles of twigs?
Yeah,
Yeah, do you see him
can't
there?
Can't
They're
you
on
see
the
him?
map.
I thought they were
No, because he
spiders. It
left.
really freaked me out.
Yeah, so she brings you up this way and through this door. Right this way. Ladies and gents, please make yourselves at home. Would you like refreshments now before you wait, or would you like me to go straight away to find the Baron?
Well, I figured it would be rude if we didn't take compliments of the banners. Banners. Barons. Banners. Yes, I would like one.
Please, my lord, you can come inside. You don't have to stand out in the entryway. It's almost like someone froze you in the spot.
Well, I was running around the. Yes, I would like to.
So yeah, if you guys express interest in the drinks, Claudia would all pour you guys some wine.
Yeah, you know what? It's a wine kind of night. Give us some more of that wine.
You can drink a lot of wine in Barovia. Drink a lot of wine.
You're gonna want some wine if you're gonna be schmoozing the Baron.
That's right.
So there's padded chairs and couches lining the walls of this cozy carpeted den.
Oh,
It reeks of pipe smoke in here.
I hate this
And
guy
on
so
the east
much.
wall is the head of an angry-looking brown bear.
What's he so mad about?
It's unnerving. It was definitely taxidermied in a snarling rictus. Yeah,
Look who else is missing a head, am I right?
that's right.
We found his body though.
Without a head,
But-
though.
Yeah, without a head. That's right. No, that joke still applies. Lost said. Good.
Is there anything else you need before I go find the master? Nope.
It was Claudia.
So.
Mighty
Claudia.
obliged of you.
Say it again.
Claudia.
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 It's not a silent V. You must pronounce it. It's all right if you get it wrong. No?
Claudia.
Claudia.
It mighty kind of you, Claudia.
We apologize. We're not from here.
No, it's okay. The master doesn't say my name either. She gives a little curtsy.
I look over at Ro and I go like Cloud Via. This is a strange land.
It's Claudia.
Claudia. It's very simple.
Claudia.
Well, shit. Did she shut the door?
Yeah, she headed out. She'll shut the door.
I'm gonna quickly look around this room.
Sure.
Investigate.
You gonna investigate? You wanna do a perception?
Always.
What? Do it. Alright. You see there's not a lot in here. Looks like there already was a tray with wine set out. Probably from whenever Irina was here. From whatever Irina was here for. You see there's the
Suspicious.
bearskin carpet in the middle and the bear head on the wall. You see that there is a small case on the side table here, which looks to be some kind of like a smoking pipe case next to a ashtray. But yeah, there's no other kind of like storage cabinets or anything in here. Just chairs and tables.
Irina, I don't mean to pry, but we weren't expecting to see you here this evening.
Oh, well, I had some time on my hands this morning, so I decided to take matters into my own hands, and I came here to make a plea to the burgomaster regarding the refugees.
About them
How
not
did it
eating them
go?
pies.
What about the pies?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I didn't mention anything about the pies. I mostly, since they are my people, even though they did not ask for my help or want my help, it's still my duty as I wanted to do what I can to make sure they have shelter and are safe.
Seems noble enough.
I appreciate that.
Also, I like that I've been here with you for like 20 sessions already, and you meet one elf and you like him more than me. Not cool.
I'm sorry, but he spoke in riddles and he
No,
was
I get it.
fascinating.
Get it. I am passe. It's fine.
I mean, I could give you another lesson in the rapier while we wait.
Rapier.
He didn't say yes yet, but he was receptive to think about it. And I believe if I keep working on it, keep up good relations with him, I think I can convince him to give them shelter inside the walls.
Does he have a
Move their camp
weakness?
inside the very least.
Something he's interested in wanting?
She lowers her voice a little bit and leans in and says, he is like many men I've noticed. He is very self-centered and he, let me make sure I check my notes and I don't misspeak here. Damn it. God, tell me what to do.
Irina, it's okay. Take your
Look
time.
to the sky. Look to the sky.
The dawn of the fifth day. Look to the sky.
He pleading to his vanity seems to help. And also, he takes these festivals very seriously. He believes in
the
them.
damn festivals.
Believes in them fiercely. So I think it's a non-starter to speak ill of any of his plans regarding the festivals.
I mean, who would do such a thing?
She just puts up her hands a little bit defensively.
I put a thumb on my chest.
Don't poop on me. Whatever you do. We've been having some incontinence issues.
Oh man,
Lately.
poor guy.
Happens to us all eventually.
Very old.
Very old cat.
Would you like to say hello? Say hello, cat.
Hey, Herb.
And this, let's see. The Baron enters probably right about now.
Gulp.
And he has sort of like a puzzled look on his face. What? Not as if I am displeased to see you again, Lady Irina. But what is the meaning of this inquiry so soon after the first? And she says, it just so happens as I was leaving, my companions were coming to ask a boon of you. And I hope, since our conversation went so pleasantly not so long ago, that we could act as if the conversation never ended. She says with a sweet smile.
Damn, she's good.
She's good. She is a politician.
I'm going to follow that up with a very deep bow and my hat coming off and like a curtsy.
Nice.
My lord, we met earlier the other day in the market, and well, your rumors of your uh, voluptuous nature and your quite extensive library. Has everyone I've talked to has talked so just wonderful of you, and well, it would just do us a disservice if we didn't come to tell you and to inquire about this wonderful history that you have under your roof. I would clearly want everything to be pleased by humbling in front of you. And then I stand back up.
He's gives you a very man-like, just like dripping smile, like, little weaselly smile he gives you the whole time. He says,
Gross.
"Well, a friend of the local nobility is, of course, I would normally say very welcome.
But
No, but of
Oh.
course you may have access to my library as a favor from one baron to from one baron family to another," he says, nodding towards Irina. "We must look after our own, mustn't we?" And she just smiles and says, "That is exactly why I approached you about the refugees." He says, "Yes. Well, you may, of course, have access to the library. I will have Claudia take you there." No, he wouldn't say Claudia. He would say, "I would have Claudia take you there."
I won't correct him. Oh yes, of course, Claudia. We met her earlier. That's very kind of you.
He stands a little bit. He starts standing and he pauses and thinks. "Perhaps you will consider as a return of a favor. Perhaps you would help me with a slight problem we have in our house, at your convenience, after the library, of course."
Well, of course, my lord. If only you would have the patience for us to pursue such knowledge at this enormous library I've heard of, we'd be more than glad to visit you before I leave, and of course do whatever favor you need.
Well, the first, less a favor, rather more of a request as the Baron of this land. I must insist that you all come to the next festival. It's being held in only 2 days, the Festival of the Blazing Sun.
Oh, my
It
lord.
really,
I've heard things of these festivals. You have to attend, is what I've heard.
if this one doesn't light the fire of joy in your soul, nothing will.
I was just telling Silas the other day I was missing something, and perhaps this is it.
I don't want to go.
Oh, he always says that. It's the anticipation of great things that he just struggles with.
And perhaps a different matter, one that, of course, news of this should never reach the common rabble. You will
course not.
promise me that, won't you?
Oh, of course, my lord.
We've been having a bit of an issue, an infestation here in the mansion. Nothing so vile as
Infestation?
rats or spiders.
Is it muddles and
No,
sticks?
there's, I suppose, a spirit, one might say. Nothing really.
I
But
mean,
perhaps you can look into it once you have time.
well, of course.
I've lost so many servants lately.
Jeez. Sounds super concerned about it.
It's extremely.
Oh, I am. It's so hard to find help these days.
I
wonder
will.
why.
Doesn't work anymore.
I will
Nobody
reach.
wants to work anymore.
I'll reach out for his hand as I kind of kneel in front of him.
Sure. Wait, sorry, what are you doing?
I'm trying to reach out for his hand.
Right.
Kneeling in front of him.
Kneeling in front. I'm gonna kiss his
Yeah,
hand.
Gotcha. Okay. He says, yes, and he takes your hand.
And I kind of take it in mine, and
You're
I kiss
instantly moist.
my
This is
palm,
weird.
and I go, my lord, it would be an
Make a reflex saving throw.
You son of a bitch.
Oh no.
Those clammy
that a thing?
fingers.
Oh, there it is. Saving throw, not against my performance. Here we go.
Nice.
Damn.
You manage to get to kiss him before he slips his hand on top of your hand.
Oh, my lord,
Gross.
it would be an absolute pleasure to take care of this spirit in your home. It would be a disservice to not try.
Thank you so much. All we have left is Clara the maid and Teresa the cook. Our butler is left. Our lady in waiting has left. And the stall boy has left. I can hardly live under these conditions.
Only imagine. All I ask is your patience. See, my companion Silas, and I look back at the Baron with kind of puppy dog eyes, and I say, he's not well learned, if you know what I mean. He loves books, but it takes him so long.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, I really don't care why you want them. All will be well. I really just keep the books for my boring, excuse me, my very learned and articulate son, who loves those kind of things.
Of course, we do such things for our loved ones.
Well, please.
Should we tell
enjoy
Claudia
the books.
when we're finished to come find you to look into this
Claret.
ghost?
Hmm. Okay. He stands up, and as he does so, Irina quickly stands and says, and you will, of course, still consider the plight of the refugees outside. All will be well, and I assure you that joy will follow them as well, if they are given a warm home and the love that they deserve, as your neighbors. He just like his mouth just like curls in just like the slightest bit of a smile. He says, "Of course, I understand, and I will consider it, but I have many things to consider. First and foremost, the needs and safety of my own people. But I will consider." And he sort of nods to her and starts to walk out.
He ain't going to consider shit.
So, and you are led to the library. Silas would probably, let me get you guys to the right. Where is the library? So to get to the library, so yeah, Claudia would come in. I'm just going to control Irina as Claudia stand-in, but Irina's going to go with you guys. It is over this way. She leads you out to the foyer area. and up these big stairs.
Hey Andy, can I do a passive perception on these fucking twigs everywhere?
Sure.
Like,
They look to be tied bundles of sticks with some twine wrapped around them.
that's fucking weird.
If you guys head up, you should hit the stair thing. That'll.
Do they seem to be uniform?
Oh, the twigs. Ish, yeah. They're all roughly. They're all very dry twigs, like kindling twigs.
Interesting.
In fact, you would just from being on the road and such, they look like kindling bundles.
Okay.
This place
to be
is
burned.
ready to go up in flames.
Right?
Oh. No, you guys have not burned down a house this whole campaign.
Yet.
What's the
Yet.
holdup?
So yeah, you make it up to this upstairs gallery. I don't remember if there's anything good here.
Do we need to go north?
Yeah, there's lots of like landscape paintings along the wall with red silk. It is like pretty nice inside here. And then traveling, whoops, to Daisy. First floor, there we go. Traveling along here, you pass a hallway with several doors. The library. Oh yeah, and so she leads you up this to this door.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the library.
Look at this fucking library. I'm gonna go up here. Woo!
Look at that library.
The library.
There's shelves on every wall of this windowless room. There's an astounding number of books in here that would probably leave anyone with any interest at all in books in awe of them.
I'm an
There's a brass oil lamp and a big desk in the middle. There's a comfortably padded chair right next to it with the symbol of a roaring boar stitched into the back cushion. I totally forgot to mention, when the Baron came in to greet you guys, he had two big dogs with him. In fact, you've never seen him without the two big dogs.
Oh.
Giant mastiffs. Two big mastiffs. And he's always wearing a breastplate and a rapier. Yes. So, in the library. Is there anything else you need, lords and ladies? Says Claudia.
Claudia, I appreciate you very much.
Oh, well, thank you, my lord.
How long have you
Gives a little
worked
curtsy.
for the Baron?
I'm coming up on 3 months now.
Well, congratulations on 3 months.
Thank you, my lord.
Sure, it's a wonderful place to work.
As you say, my lord.
I wink at her.
I would think she probably just looks down at the ground and flushes. If there's nothing else, my lord, I really should be going about my business.
Well, of course, I don't mean to delay you. I very much appreciate you.
I think she gives a curtsy and scurries out. I'll be cleaning. What would you say? I'll be cleaning Master Strahd's room if you need anything. I'll be right across the hall.
Ah, well, of course. And I reach for the door and I'm gonna slowly close it in her face.
Sure. You see her going into a bedroom across the hall.
What's in there? What's under that bed?
A bed. Huh.
What's that?
Who knows? Nobody knows.
Scott! Slam. Silas, I'm sorry. Someone had to be an scapegoat, and you were just right there.
Yeah, I'm sure. We
Also-
should start looking for information about this ring.
I think Lee would have kicked my ass.
Yes, I would have.
I rifle through the desk. That's the first thing I do.
I'm gonna comb through the books. Take my time.
Sure.
Use that
All right.
library lore skill.
Looking through, doing a scan through the books. Probably take about an hour, you're guessing, just to quickly go through like all the titles and stuff. Do a search.
Yep.
Cool. So Silas is searching. I think Irina would probably help with that. Toward the beginning, though, I think as an aside, she's probably going to like stare at the door for a little while, and that as an aside to Lee, say, "Damn it! I don't think he's going to let them in."
Let's burn it down.
He won't let the men out of the goodness of his heart. He'll have to get something in return.
She considers, looks to you, and her eyes sort of like, you can tell her eyes are just sort of like thinking about what you said. Her eyes just like a faraway stare for a moment, and she nods. Perhaps there is something we can do to make him listen to reason. Even the most unreasonable will sometimes make reasonable choices if forced to it.
I wouldn't want to have to force the refugees to work for him, but if what he says is true, perhaps there could be jobs around town that they could help with.
He is afraid that they're they are too sad looking, that their sadness will ruin whatever sort of joyful celebrations he is hoping to ensure in this town.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all joyful, all right.
He refuses to see that none of the people in this town are happy. They paint smiles on their faces, but none of them are real. And yet, he worries about bringing truth into this town. The truth that is on my people's faces, which is that they are scared, they are unhappy, and they are giving up hope. They are no different than the people inside the walls. People inside the walls are afraid of going in the stocks if they don't smile whenever he walks by.
Perhaps you could convince him that they would be a project of his. If he could transform their sorrow into happiness, that would reflect well on him. It would at least might be enough to get them inside.
That is good. I hope that will be enough. That is a good idea. He is delusional, obviously. He thinks that if everyone is happy, it will form some sort of happy spell that will break whatever hold Strahd has over this land. I can't fault him for wanting that. He does not like Strahd at all. He does not want Strahd to be the Lord here. But this is madness. She just shrugs. And then she'll wander off towards the books to help search. Corvus, are you doing anything here? You said you're searching through the thing.
Yeah, I'm ransacking that desk. I'm
Got it.
specifically looking for secret compartments. I'm not necessarily looking for anything on top.
Got it. Is that your perception check?
Yeah. I mean, unless it's shit. But I'm out of hero points.
Fresh out.
Shout.
You find three drawers stuffed with blank sheets of parchment, jars of ink, and writing quills. You have several thick books of tax records. You do not see any kind of hidden chambers there. On top of the... no, there's nothing on top of it. There's a random book table. I can just roll random books. We don't need that. I said random. Abe wants it.
All right. I love a good random. Only if it creates like random names, like
right.
The ability to regrow arm hair book.
Of course. I see Silas got a perception check here. Good. I do have something for you, Silas.
All right.
Got something juicy. You're gonna love it.
So juicy.
All right. Roll a d12, Corvus.
Hell yeah. Oh, it's almost an anvil.
Perfect. On top of the table, the desk is a book, a guide to fine wines of the region.
Fine wine.
You notice that they're primarily based out of Kresk, the village of Kresk, at the Wizard of Wines winery.
That place again.
Uh-huh. It's almost as if this land only has one winery. But they do have lists and lists of vintages that have been produced by this winery dating back like centuries. That's Wizard of Wines. All right. Corvus, or Silas.
Yep.
You're going to find something.
Right.
It catches your eye because it is a name that you recognize. As you're looking through, you're getting towards the end of the... and you think you're actually pretty much... You hit the section of heraldries.
Okay.
And you're kind of perusing through them to see if you notice any kind of shields or signets that would match what you're seeing from this ring. But something catches your eye, which is a name that you've caught a few times around town, which is Strahd, the Strahd family.
Strahd.
Local Valachian families. And you quickly realize This is a book that is archiving births and deaths of Valachian families. I'm gonna whisper this to you.
Okay.
It's secret. I know how much you love a good secret.
Secret, I got it.
Oh, damn it, that's not... I don't want an IP address. That's not what I want to copy paste.
I'm going to whisper you 192.168.
There, I discorded it to you.
In the Discord.
What?
And Irina's kind of looking through books on the other side. She's just, oh, have you found the section on the heraldries of Valachi? I'll come help.
I kind of just slam the book shut. Nope. Nothing interesting about that one. And I put it in my bag.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll look at some of the other ones.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. Let's keep looking.
You are so weird sometimes. She's smiling. She's smiling at you. But
He's just he's sweating. he's looking as clammy as the Baron.
The door to this
Oh.
place opens, and a young man walks in. I'm gonna probably
What?
call it soonish here, but I want to introduce you to this guy.
But what's he look like?
Is he a douche or is he chill?
Douche lore. I'm gonna put it in. Looks like a douche.
Did you get him? Did you see him?
Okay.
I mean, borderline. Borderline
He's
douche.
young.
Orlandish.
He's youngish. Um,
Does he look like a ghost?
no, he looks like a person.
Alright, just
He looks
checking.
like a person. He's pale. He's pale, but he looks like a person. He looks like a Barovian, like the general like pale skin with either like kind of dark hairs.
He's
Like
pale.
pretty much most of them who are non-Vistani. So yeah, he walks in. He's carrying a spellbook under one arm. He sort of stops right in the doorway and says, "Oh, hello. I don't really care, but are you supposed to be here?"
Well, of course. Are you supposed to be here?
I don't think anyone really cares where I go or what I do. You don't mind. How about this? I don't get in your way, you don't get in my way. There's plenty of room. And he walks into the room.
Does he look like he's looking for something, or is he just walking in?
You would recognize the familiar resemblance between him and the Baron, for sure. And yeah, he walks over to a specific part of the books over here.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay, like creep up on, get in his personal space.
I totally am. What kind of books is he looking at?
So he
Where in the
is
Dewey
heading
Decimal
over.
System is he at?
Yeah, so he is looking at looking towards some treatises on different planes and like different planes of existence. And but what catches your eye as you notice he's there, your eyes glance down, his spell book has the same symbol as your ring, the signet ring.
Yes.
You know, different planes of existence has always intrigued me too, but symbolism always just makes my mind tingle. I can't help but notice the book you're carrying has just a different symbol on it. Does it mean anything?
My book gives you a tingling mind.
Don't books give you a tingle? Silas, they give you a tingle, right?
He looks visibly shaken, and he looks up to you and goes, "Yes, a tingle."
See?
Yeah, so he. What is your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. Corvus Knox of the orphans of. Well, I don't have parents. It's Corvus Knox, and I put my hat back on.
I'm Victor Valakovich.
Victor, it's pleased to make your acquaintance.
What is your purpose here?
Knowledge. What's yours?
I was hoping to grab a book in peace and go about my way.
Well, I could help you find it, and then perhaps we could go about our way, and you go about yours.
He reaches, without even really looking, he reaches up and grabs a book off the shelf called Ethereal Entities.
I think what's most curious is the fact that that symbol means both conjuration and necromancy. It's just curious. It's on your book.
He actually this he's mostly kind of been on his guard. He actually kind of smiles at that, says, "Actually, evocation, but
Of course, I've had too many wines.
I'm mostly learning it all myself." Uh, what do you recognize it from?
Well, we've all been learned.
The ring.
And I spin the ring around on my finger and I kind of like brush my hair. It's casual, but I am genuinely trying to make it apparent that I have a ring with that same symbol on it. I've been around, as they say.
I look. Are you doing some bullshit for my dad? If that's the case, I don't want to have any of it.
I look to Lee and then I look at the door. Is the door open?
Door is open.
With Corvus's look, Lee will he'll actually walk out of the room, close the door, and then kind of lean against it.
Okay, yeah.
Look, I don't give a fuck what you're up to. I'm looking for a little girl who's been taken. And I could really use some assistance from someone who doesn't give a fuck about this land. I drop all pretenses.
Sure. You said the girl's missing. I didn't have anything to do with that.
I didn't imply you did.
I don't know anything about it.
But I found this ring near the disappearance. It's just quite odd that we bump into each other in this wonderful place.
He taps this ethereal entities book on his spell book a couple times, and he's like looking upward, God, and then he thinks for a minute. He thinks for a minute and says, I don't want anyone to be missing. We can talk more, but not here. Up in my workshop. Father never disturbs me up there.
Father.
But father.
Oh my God. Is he the Baron's son?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Jesus. I didn't realize that. Sorry.
That's it's better than that. It's better
I
than
had other things on my mind.
I kind of lean past Victor and I say,
getting blown.
Silas, is that all right with you? I don't mean to interfere with your research.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's go.
Yep.
He drops the books that he's holding.
I mean, we didn't have to rush. Well, young Victor, I, as well as my fellow individuals, would appreciate any assistance you could offer. We'd love to see your workshop.
Well, I'll tell you all about everything I know about the symbol. Upstairs. Irina helps pick up the books that Silas dropped.
Irina,
he kind of backs away from Irina and kind of skirts around the room to follow Corvus.
All right. I don't have a token for Victor yet. I should, but Irina can be Victor for a minute.
Aw, Victor. We knock on the door.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he just goes to open the door.
Well, that was okay. Which way are we going? This way? That way? This way?
This way. Wait, does this go up?
I don't know.
Does not go up.
Don't you live here, Victor?
I don't remember.
Is it this door?
Also,
or is it that door? Oh no. Oh no, it opened.
So he opens this room. He's clearly going into the master bedroom, which you're guessing is his dad's bedroom.
This seems wrong.
Should we be in here, Victor?
He just looks at you like quizzically and says, "Are you worried you're breaking the rules?"
I've never thought that a day in my life.
And he reaches up and he pulls down a drop ladder from the ceiling. And
Well, Corvus looks a little disappointed. Holy shit, I'm in the attic!
yep. I just have to manually change you guys to 20 elevation. 1 second.
Oh, damn it, Andy. You knew me too well. I was clicking everything.
Everyone's there.
I'm stuck.
Oh, getting yeeted through the wall.
Teleport.
Whee!
Is everyone in the attic?
I'm
Think
in,
so.
I'm in an attic.
Oh, I lost Irina. Oh no, Irina.
Irina. I'm in a room with a whole bunch of broken shit.
So you didn't actually enter there. Let me grab you.
About to get yeeted. Yeet!
Yeah, so you would have entered into this room.
Oh, of course that's where I went. I thought your workshop would be a little grander.
So this room, you see there's lots of like cobwebs and dust up here, with just one like well-worn footpath through the dust, basically going directly from the trapdoor to this door over here, which Victor goes through and says, This is not my workshop. Of course.
Andy, I have a question though.
Mhm.
In our quick amount that we were in there, did the master bedroom seem slept in?
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious.
Yep. No, it kind of felt weird to me that like the only entrance to the attic was through the master bedroom.
Yeah, it's
But then
weird,
I'm like,
right?
and they put his workshop up in the attic, but I'm like, I guess he's just some like angsty post-teenager who don't give a fuck what his dad says.
God, you want to come to my workshop? Okay.
We don't have to listen to my stupid dad
I'm
anymore.
fighting the man.
I kind of wish Rachel's been like hanging so many hopes on this on the Baron's son to like take over the town. She's mentioned like 3 times now. She's like, yeah, he has a son. We'll just like put him in charge, right? A little sad that she's not here to meet Victor.
Angsty
She'll
teenagers,
have further chances.
you
She'll
know,
meet
searching
Victor.
necromancy. It's probably fine.
Probably fine.
Probably fine. We're gonna burn this
So
house
he
down.
leads you again. This path goes through this attic space. There's like a winding path through a bunch of like dusty junk. But obviously there's like a well-trod path through the junk where it's been like pushed aside to form this path across the attic. And at the end, he goes into a workshop at the far end of the attic. There's a large skull hanging on the door to his has carved a large skull into the door.
Oh. Oh my God.
So it's like carved into the wood. No, it's actually like carved the skull into the wood. And then there's a wooden sign hanging on the doorknob that reads in all caps,
No girls allowed.
Yep.
all is not well.
Oh.
All is not well with an exclamation point.
All right. I kind of appreciate this kid.
So I think
He probably has like a tattoo that's like, "Be fucked."
yeah. So his noticeable distinction is like he's a young man, but he has this like streak of gray already in his hair, even though he's like obviously very young. But let's see, what did he have to say? yeah, inside his workshop. Actually, it's 10:40. Do you guys just want to call it here and we can pick up with the workshop next time?
Sure.
That's good
Yeah,
for
a little
me.
late.
Yeah, we can do that. That's cool. Angsty teen just taking us into his dungeon of desires.
Yeah. He does the emo flip.
Does he have a painting of Battle of the Bards, Roman numeral 4?
It's like my workshop, but I put a lot of work into it, but whatever.
But I don't even
Whatever.
care.
I care.
So Ohio is.
Victor. Speaking of Victor, have you all watched Arcane Season 2 yet?
No.
I haven't yet.
You watch Arcane Season 1 yet?
No.
I haven't
I
yet.
have not.
It's very good.
I haven't finished Firefly,
I've heard
and I
it's
feel like it's
good,
been
so
30 years.
I was gonna watch him. I actually, because I only played League of Legends a couple times with you guys, but I played more Dota, so there was a Dota anime that
Ooh,
was
nice.
actually pretty decent.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, it's hard for me to say because I played League. But Rachel has not played much League, so she enjoyed it.
Oh,
Still
cool.
good.
Even without knowing. I knew a lot more about, like, I think I caught a lot more of, like, the Easter eggs and stuff that were in there. And I
Yeah,
could, like, piece together, since it's sort of like a prequel to what happens in, like, the League of Legends lore. So a lot of the characters are showing up in, like, different shapes and forms from what their characters are in the game. So I was like, I know that's gonna be, but it's really good. It's really well done. They spent
I'll check
so
it out
much
again.
money animating it. It's just like the animation is gorgeous.
I've
It's
been
really
impressed
cool.
with Netflix's stuff, especially the animation stuff. Like I wish
Yeah.
they'd do more of that. I've been watching the Jurassic Park series with my kids.
Okay.
It's like really freaking good. Like it's very much in the vein of the original Jurassic Park movie, which the new movies, the Jurassic World movies, were not at all. So,
Mhm.
but my kids are super into it.
I think as a sign out, I wanted to end on something exciting here. So you wander in. It's like a mismatched. You guys can wander out there if you want to. So I close
You
the door.
paused us.
Oh, right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Run before he pauses it again. We're in. Is that a teleportation circle?
Yep.
Fuck.
So all the furniture in here is really just like a mismatched sets of furniture. There, you notice, Silas, you would probably recognize that there is a glyph of warding is etched into that skull on the door, which is deactivated as he opens the door. But there's like warding magical glyphs on the door. But as he walks up and puts that ethereal book down on the table in front of him, he taps it for a moment and stares down, facing away from you guys in thought. He just sort of like stares at his desk. As he turns around, a figure slinks out of the shadows behind the desk.
Dun, dun, dun.
Kind of bounds up from the desk into his arms, and you see that it is a
Fucking monkey.
skeleton cat. It is a cat skeleton,
Familiar.
which he sort of strokes its skull a little bit, and it pushes back its skull into his hands. And he says, I will tell you whatever I can to try to help. We'll help find this girl. Or we'll die trying. I'm just kidding. But yes, I think the skeleton cat's a good way to end.
That's probably like.
It used to have. It's his pet.
It did.
Too bad the head transformed into a headless body, or we could have maybe, animated the head to tell us what happened.
Put it on the cat's body.
Yes. Kill me. Kill me.
Yawn at